Welcome into BYU's women's lacrosse here in Provo, Utah. We have the BYU Cougars going up against the SUU Thunderbirds. Cougars coming in 5-3 on the season. They take on the Thunderbirds. We welcome everybody in on our KSL Sports Rewind Network. I'm Brad Searle, pleased to be joined today. On the call is Christine Franson. And Christine, we talked a little bit before the game. What's your thoughts and feelings as we get going here at the start of this game?
Yeah, the sun is shining. It's a beautiful day in Provo. We're looking for the BYU Cougars as they are working towards qualifying for regionals, and SUU, a developing team, really gaining experience, I think, in this game. I think playing BYU for the first time this season. So going to be a great matchup.
And we're underway under draw.
And Cougs with the win.
Taking the draw for the Cougs.
Yeah, you'll see the offense just start to work it around up top to just warm up, get their chemistry going as they start off this game.
Got a drive, cuts down, bottom side corner.
Yeah.
That's number 23, Madeline Larkins.
Senior night.
Yeah, it's senior night here in Provo, so we've got the starting lineup weighted towards seniors, and
I had the pleasure to
it's a great shot coming there across the crease, bottom left corner, I think, for the goal. A great way to start off senior night.
And you mentioned it is a beautiful Saturday night for lacrosse. It's also senior night for the BYU Cougs. This is always a special night honoring the seniors and the commitment and dedication that they've put in the program for so many years.
Yeah, and they have a few more games here in their season, but this will be their last home game, so fun night to celebrate those seniors.
It's Tessa Fry on the draw. SUU gathers possession, looking to get their first offensive possession.
They're practicing a double team ride here in the midfield, which is just a great way to keep ball control.
Great pass, great clear, moves that ball up. That's Marley Rodney getting up to the top of the meter.
Yeah, you'll see SUU do the same, just start to work it around, get a little bit of chemistry and connection going as they settle into their offense.
It's always good to get just a touch and get that confidence ready to go. And Ronnie pushes that ball over to Ari Sanders. She takes it on the far side.
For the first time today, the sun is shining, which actually is a pretty big factor in lacrosse because the ball's up in the air. And at this angle, you got to be careful where you're throwing it so your teammate doesn't get blinded by the sun.
Comes over here to the near side to Rylan Pickett. The only senior here on this SUU team.
Yeah, this is a developing team. A lot of younger players, several players who are pretty new to the game. Most have played in high school, but a few players who picked up the game at SUU.
Yeah, and SUU, the Thunderbirds, they're coached today by Jenny Johnson. Her husband also helps coach the program. They're both high school coaches as well. I think that's such a great way, one, to give back to the community, but also to help build a program.
Yeah.
You know, kind of in a remote area.
Yes. Yeah, and it has been a kind of player-led program for several years. This is the first year they have some volunteer coaches to really give that structure to the team and support those busy college students who are trying to balance a lot of things.
Yeah, we just saw a great defensive play by Abigail. This ball gets back to Kreipel. She pushes it up here onto the near side to Tessa Fry. Fry moves that ball right up into the middle, and here comes the Cougars.
Oh, nice check in the midfield. Yep.
Yeah. We're going to have our first green card.
Days with the Cougs and our first green card of the day.
Marley Rodney will have to come and spend 1 minute.
It'll be 1 minute.
Okay. And that's a releasable. A green card is a releasable foul. And for those who don't understand the differences, it'll allow them to re-enter the game before their 1 minute is up if the opposing team does score within that minute.
Whitney Holt takes it back on the backside, pushes that ball over to Madeline Larkins. Oh, nice cut. Nice save by the keeper.
Great save by...
Yes.
Trying to see that number on the keeper.
I believe
she looks to clear the ball. Looks like this ball is going to go out of bounds. It's going to be Cougars' possession.
That goalie is number 36, Sadie Goebel, with an excellent save.
The Cougs turn that ball over right away. SUU scrum out in the middle of the field. Looks like the Lady Cougs get the ball back, pushes it out to the far side. Larkins.
After a little scramble, Cougs maintain possession.
Settles possession. Well, I love the offense for the BYU Cougars. They love to run a lot of that motion in and out of that crease, which if you've seen on the last number of games, boy, there's a lot of opportunities for those
number
Cougars.
10 is going to take a free position.
Yeah, shooting space is one of the most common calls in lacrosse, so I'll give a second to explain it as we watch this shot go off. Hits the pole, I think, or maybe off the goalie's stick. Shooting space, it just is when the opposing team, the defense, is within the lane of the shot, and they are not within a stick's length of the offensive player.
Nice recovery for the Thunderbirds. They push it over. That's going to go right into the stick of number 9, Malley, as she pushes it quick.
Elise Malley.
Into the offensive third of the field.
Yeah,
Here
she'll take it all the way.
Over to
Whitney
Holt.
Yep.
As she takes this ball X, and the Cougs will reset on offense.
Whitney's another senior.
Cougs take the ball behind cage.
On the Cougars. She's currently the only married player on the BYU lacrosse team.
Going to settle it.
I can't imagine.
It's a lot to balance.
Such a commitment for school. Then on top of that, lacrosse, and then on top of that, Cougars patient on offense. They work this ball to the nearest side. This is Van Valkenburg.
Ball's down, and BYU recovers it.
Oh, great top shot. Tessa Fry with the score.
That's her second of the day. And the Cougs are 2, and the Thunderbirds are 0.
Yeah, Tessa had a great shot. She found that top right corner, which is one of the best places because the goalie's stick is on the opposite side. And so it's one of the most difficult places to protect from the goalie's position. And it just feels good when you landed in that top right corner.
Beautiful placement for a right-handed goalie.
This is my... I got to give credit where it's due. Back on draw, 5-19.
You can't beat the backdrop at this field. We're nestled right below Rock Canyon. It's just one of the prettiest scenes, I think, in collegiate sports.
You almost have to be here to see it, to witness it, to truly understand that. It's going to be a violation on the Cougars. And here comes Thunderbirds on the offensive side of things. Pushes it out to the far side.
Yeah, that's a ground ball by and a turnover by Abigail Hoop, another senior.
Oh, nice knockdown by the Thunderbirds.
SUU gets it back.
Oh, great.
Another great check by
defense by Abigail.
She's hunting today.
Yeah, SUU is a nice job of being persistent there, not taking the turnover and giving up, but really being aggressive and having that hunger for the ball.
Yeah, I believe Thunderbirds turned that over. Trinity Marsh stepped on the end line. Cougars retain possession. We work that ball upfield. Emily Osterloh, one of the seniors that will be honored tonight. Cougars push it up. Oh, nice cut by Tessa. A little bounce shot wide of the cage. Cougars have backup.
Wide. Possession stays with the Cougs.
Yeah, it's an interesting in lacrosse. The player who's closest to the end line when the ball goes out of bounds is the one that retains possession. So there's a strategy there in terms of how to retain possession and how to field your players so that you have that opportunity to get the ball back after a missed shot. Sometimes you'll even see the goalie jump out of the crease and chase for that ball because then the defense would get possession.
Fry, nice pass, little
middle.
cut over the middle.
Taking
Just
that
couldn't
time,
connect
but
with Lizzie.
Abigail Dane recovers it.
A little sloppy this
And
first
Abby Dane
quarter by the
recovers it again.
Cougars.
Yeah, we're seeing the ball on the ground a little more than we would usually.
Players on
But I think
offense
that's also some good aggression from the SUU team to to put some pressure on the Cougars.
I was going to mention that. So far, the first 3 or 4 possessions on the offensive side for the Cougars, they've been under a lot of pressure by the Thunderbirds.
Mm-hmm.
So we see another drop pass.
Larkins maintains the ball.
Another feed to the middle that didn't quite connect.
Once again, back to Holt.
Now that one did.
Shots.
Yeah.
Whitney Holt for the score.
Bouncer.
Yeah, she did a bounce shot there. That makes it really hard for the goalie to predict where the ball is going to be because it does a little bit of spin off the ground. Nice shot by Whitney Holt, another senior.
That's 2-0 for the BYU Cougars. We'll get our scoreboard updated. 3-0 for the Cougars.
I'm muted. Hmm? No.
Back on draw. Number 5 and number 19. Staying consistent.
That's a really nice assist as well. Just a great look to Whitney Holt there.
And Fry
Fry will take possession of the draw and gets checked in the midfield. BYU will retain possession.
Johnson over here on the near side. Had the pleasure of calling a fall game with Kate. She did a great job in your seat. She's
That's
back
right.
for
This is
her
her fifth
year.
season. Yeah. A super senior.
Super senior. Johnson family, they're a big lacrosse family here in Utah. Oh, nice pass into the middle.
Pass in the middle.
That's number 10, Kate Johnson. She
Johnson
makes a really smart move, a great lacrosse IQ move, just to push that ball out under pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Cougars reset. Look to see
Cougars
some
reset.
cutting action. Holt
taking
cuts
the ball
through.
behind Cage.
Yeah, the Cougars do a really nice job of off-ball movement as well. So you'll see a lot of picks. Right now they're waiting to the left side and trying to open up an opportunity on the opposite side of the field.
Nice knockdown. Nice save by the keeper, Sadie Goebel.
Yeah, the defense got a stick on it too. Help slow down that ball and make it a better, an easier save, I guess, for the goalie.
Nice clear for the Thunderbirds on the far side. They pushed this ball up. That's number 17, Rylan Pickett. She pushes that ball down below goal line extended.
That's a great transition. It'll be a contest at the restraining line for the ball.
Another scrap, another turnover,
Dane
another possession for the
grabbed that ball
Cougars.
out of there.
Looks
Brings
like
down the offense.
Abigail Dane came up with that ball.
Another
That'll
turnover.
be another turnover by the Cougars. Once again.
Spoke too soon.
Nice pickup.
Great
Sometimes
pickup
it's good to be
by
at the
number
right
4.
place at the
Lizzie
right
Van
time.
Valkenburg, another senior.
Yeah, quick move by Lizzie Van Valkenburg to pick up that ground ball and get it in the back of the net.
Let's see if we can get all the seniors to score. Looking at the defense right now. They're hungry for some goals. For Emily Lowe Foster. I see it. She should. Why
We
not?
apologize again. We'll get that scoreboard updated.
It's going to be 4 for your Cougs. And
4-0 right
Coach
now.
Nash making a few
Thunderbirds.
substitutions.
Mixing it up on draw.
Out
We
there
got
on
number
draw is going to be Hannah
23
Nelson.
for the Thunderbirds and 32. Hannah Nielsen.
Olivia Gaz for the Thunderbirds on the draw.
Easy draw win.
Hannah comes up with it and takes it over the restraining to set up another offensive play.
Wow. What a beautiful, just quick stick. Getting that ball in, getting that ball out.
Yeah.
That's Whitney Holt's second goal for the game. See here on the replay.
It was a quick drill.
Hannah had an excellent draw, took it down, and gave a very clean assist to Whitney Holt to get that back in the back of the net. Nice work there. That might be a record from draw to goal. That was a very quick play, and you can see how quick it can go in lacrosse. Gives you hope in those situations where you're down by a point and only have a few seconds left. It can happen.
The game of runs, right?
Yep.
Lacrosse is a game of runs, and for Whitney Holt, right, you saw some of the just kind of that lacrosse IQ. She dropped her defender back. Her defender pushed up, which allowed her to be open. She finished that ball top of the cage, and the Thunderbird wins another draw because they push forward. And boy, something I've noticed all year long is just I've been impressed with the BYU defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do a strong ride in the midfield. But SUU gave it right back to them. We have a check in the midfield, a green card to number 17, so she'll sit for 1 minute. That's Rylan Pickett with the green card.
Looks middle, the shot saved by the Thunderbirds.
We have a save from the goalie. Another shot on goal.
Down
And the BYU Cougars take it back. Whitney's got the ball again.
And Cougs bring it down on offense.
Bring it back on the backside. It's the Cougs in. Oh, that ball just slips out of the back end of the stick. That happens so often. Push that ball up on the top side. That's Hannah Nelson out there on the offensive set. Also Taya Chalk for the Cougars. Great feed on the inside. Better finish
from Whitney
number 22.
Score for number 22.
Abigail Dane.
Whitney received the assist on the last play, and then this time she gave it. So that was a great look from behind the goal into the center. Great connection there. It's one of the interesting things about lacrosse that you have this back of the area behind the goal that you can use, and it creates a lot of interesting strategy for fans who aren't as familiar with lacrosse. Very similar field play to hockey and basketball in a way as well.
Chalk, number 19 for the Thunderbirds.
Taya Chalk takes the draw for the Cougars.
I'm sorry, what? 412.
4:12 remaining here in the first quarter action. Cougars wins the draw.
For Taya Chalk.
Taya Chalk pushes it up here on the left side. It's a nice dodge. She settles. Cougs being very patient on offense as they work that ball around. Kind of in that open sets. It extends that defense, and boy, then they send the cutters.
Cougs look middle.
Nice defense by the Thunderbird. Closing out space. It looked like that was number 19, Marley Rodney. Oh, nice save by Sadie Gobble.
Save by the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, Olivia Cannon took a powerful cannon-like shot to that top right, and the goalie was there. It was an excellent save.
This is Trinity Marsh. Looking to go quick up here on the near side. She takes that ball below
Thunderbirds bring it down
the cage. They settle on offense.
Behind cage.
Something I love about lacrosse is see how the defense has their stick out extended. Gives you this ability to go from a 5'5" player to a 6'5" player with that extension of the stick. And that wingspan to just block the ball and intercept if the opportunity becomes available.
That's great defense right there by the freshman out of Mountain Ridge, Olivia Cannon, as she moves that ball up midfield. She's got a couple of Lady Cougs. As she pulls that out, a nice cutter. That's number 32, Hannah Nelson. The Olympus grad puts it in the back of the net.
Hannah Nelson with the goal.
Yeah, Olivia Cannon with the assist there. She transitioned that ball from the defense where she caused the turnover and then and then finished with an assist there. Great connection from the Cougars.
Beautiful finish. Got some subs coming in. That's number 13. That's Brooklyn Sotomayor. Played out of Syracuse. She was a big-time scorer up there in northern Utah for the Titans.
She'll come in for Abigail Dane, one of our seniors.
Number 5 and number 19.
You know Nash very well, Coach Nash, right? What I've noticed was these girls, like, they love to play for Coach Nash.
17
Yeah.
Thunderbirds.
I was lucky enough to share a field with Nash on the BYU team many years ago. There's, I think, no one more passionate about the game of lacrosse in the state of Utah than Coach Nash, and she brings a real professionalism, dedication to the sport, and really high expectation for the Cougars.
Yeah, and she's helped grow this game in the state of Utah for so many years, and it's so good to see her at the helm of the women's BYU lacrosse team.
Yeah, this is her dream job. She's where she wants to be for sure.
Oh, nice little bounce shot for Tessa Fry.
Tessa Fry.
Skyline graduate.
Yeah, that was a great look from Tessa Fry. Said she came across the front of the 8 and then took a bounce shot to finish that goal.
$155 left.
That puts the Cougars to 8-0 against the Southern Utah Thunderbirds, and we have 155 left in the quarter.
Back on draw, number 17 and number 5.
Out on the draw is Rylan Pickett and Tessa Fry for the BYU Cougars.
Yeah, head coach the head coach of the SUU team told me that Rylan Pickett is a real quiet and consistent leader for their team. Isn't the loudest, isn't the strongest, but you can see there with the draw control, really brings a lot of skill set for SUU, and just a strong, quiet leadership.
It's Kenzie Larson with the ball here on the near side, being guarded by the sophomore Catherine Carpenter. Here comes that relentless defense of the Cougars. Rodney drives it down here in the near corner.
Yeah, the Cougars are really playing closely, so they're not giving them a lot of room. They're pushing out past the 12 and really playing aggressively tonight.
We've got a whistle, and that'll be Thunderbird ball down here on the near side corner. Boy, those corners are tricky because the lines, right? It's just like there's an extra defensive player out there, and you get in the corner and you got 2 extra.
Yeah,
it just makes
triple
it tough.
teamed by the sideline.
Who's with the ball?
That's a turnover. Cougs take
17,
possession.
London Giles taking it up.
Giles will move it up here on the near side.
It's a nice face dodge, just a move where you can use your stick to exaggerate your movement and kind of trick the defense into what direction you're planning to go.
London Giles, just a sophomore. She played D1 beach volleyball at the University of Utah when the program was cut. You could see her height out there.
Yeah, Coach Nash told me that she's become just a vital part of their defense, and really glad to have her join the Cougars from that red team up north.
And that'll do it. First quarter action is the BYU Cougars up 8 over the Southern Utah Thunderbirds. We'll be back for second quarter action. To Provo, Utah. The BYU Cougars with an 8-0 lead over the SUU Thunderbirds. And boy, it was impressive first quarter, both on the offense and the defensive side for the BYU Cougars.
Mix and draw up.
Yeah, it's senior night in Provo, so we'll just kind of tell you a little bit more about some of the seniors that are playing tonight. We've seen Whitney Holt with a few shots on assists tonight. She says that her favorite memory is scoring her first goal against Texas in the Santa Barbara tournament after coming back from tearing her ACL. So great recovery story from Whitney Holt. And great member of this offensive
Olivia
roster
Cannon with the
for the
draw
BYU
control.
Cougars.
And that was Rodney for the Thunderbirds and Kate Johnson taking a draw for the Cougars. Cougars gather possession. They work that ball to the backside.
So in lacrosse, you switch sides of the field each quarter. So Cougars are on offense here on the opposite side of the field.
Oh, nice cut right in the middle once again.
And another goal
That's Hannah Nelson
for
with
Hannah
her
Nelson,
second
32,
goal of the game.
assisted by Berkeley Royce.
Yeah, it's a great look from Berkeley Royce, sophomore, number 14, right into the center of the 8 for that shot. I love an assisted shot. It's my favorite way to play lacrosse.
We say two's better than one.
Two's better than
Two is
one.
better than one. So we head back to the draw again.
That's been the theme for the offense tonight. Every goal has been a really, I think almost every goal has been a really great connection. This offense has a lot of chemistry, and you get to that point where you can almost read each other's mind and know where to place that ball when it needs to be there.
We've got Rodney and Nelson. It looks we've got a stick check. Might be a...
Yeah, there's some pretty strict rules in women's lacrosse in terms of your pocket. So that's primarily what the refs will be checking for, is the depth of the pocket. So on the draw, they're often monitoring that. And then you may have noticed that after each shot, the scoring player will throw their stick on the ground. And that's with the intention for the referees to be able to check that stick after every shot. So number 19 will come out. That's Marley Rodney with an illegal stick. Teammate's going to hand her another stick and allow her to restart. It's a complicated move. You get to know your stick really well. You get to know how it throws and catches. And so we'll see how Marley does with her teammate's stick.
As we'll start this draw again with Rodney from Thunderbird and Hannah Nelson from the Cougars.
The wind is picking up here in Provo.
It is. It's going to be a violation on the Cougars. This will be Thunderbird possession.
Illegal draw for the Cougs can be.
Yeah, there's rules about where the ball has to go. It has to go over the head of the players who perform the draw. Or it could be if they start too early, any of those things could result in an illegal draw.
Yeah, beautiful defensive possession for Olivia Cannon as the Cougars get the ball back, push it down to the backside. That's Settlemeyer. It's also Hannah Bangeter out there on the field, calling her name for the first time tonight.
Here's Kate Johnson with a good pickup. Coach Nash told me one of the number one things they work on in practice is ground balls. It's an essential skill, and it's not a fun thing to work on, I can tell you that. But if you're good at ground balls, you're going to have a lot better chance of maintaining possession throughout the game.
I always tell my players, fun is in the word fundamentals. Got to understand that, because as you can see, it's so crucial in the game of lacrosse. Boy, that's going to be a flag that was a little aggressive by the Thunderbirds. This is going to issue.
After the flag, we're going to have a yellow card.
This will be our first yellow card of the game. This will be number 12, Ari Sanders.
We've got a check to the head.
Come out for the game with a check to the head. That'll be
a 2-minute penalty.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yep.
But on the other hand, we got Kate Johnson with a free position.
We'll have one of our first free possessions. Kate Johnson here on the right side. She bounces that into the bottom left corner. Kate gets on the board for the Cougars.
Number 10. It's her first of the day.
Yeah, Kate's another senior on the team. Like you said, it's her 5th season. She played at Westminster as well.
Back at full strength from both.
She's a leader on the team. I've worked with Kate a bit. She often spends time with the goalies, helping warm them up during practice.
Will now be running.
Coach Nash just did what I would call a hockey light change right there. I think she substituted everybody that was on the south side of that field.
Yeah, it's an advantage for the Cougars tonight because the SUU roster is much smaller. It's a developing team. I think they have 14 players total here tonight. Most of them are on the field with 1 or 2 substitutes. So those fresh legs are going to make a big difference for the Cougars.
12:30 on the clock and it's running.
12:30 here remaining in the second quarter as the Cougars win draw. Pushing it up on the far side is
mixing it up. Emily Loeb, Osterloh on offense. Never seen that before.
We've got Emily Osterloh over on defense.
And Jessica Law behind Kate.
Cougar players are laughing.
Yeah, I think they made a joke that they'd love to see every senior get a goal tonight. So I think they put Loaf up on offense to.
She misses that ball. She's a Bright, comes from Brighton, played for Coach Nash since the 7th grade.
That's right.
Got to give Loaf that second chance.
As she's looking to get to the cage. Defense by the Thunderbirds. Even a better save by Sadie Noble.
That second chance. Third chance.
She clears it to her teammate on the restraining. There's a bit of a contest there.
BYU came out with a whistle on that one.
To Jessica Law.
That ball pushes down. That is Jessica Law that takes it down to beat GLE.
Another great save by SUU goalie Sadie Goebel.
It's been fantastic this first half.
Thunderbirds, that's kind of Jones out there. She's doing a great job.
Yeah, they'll take their time, give their team a chance to rest and recover as much as they can and before they start that transition. We have a call on the field.
Trying to see what that call is.
I believe they stepped out of bounds behind the goal, the SUU team, so it will be BYU ball.
This will be the sophomore Jessica Law taking that ball in, pushes it up here. A lot of freshmen out there. Annie Howard from Waterford out there for the Cougars.
It's difficult when you're on a new field to really see those out of bounds lines. I think that's the second call of that nature where you just miss the end line and unintentionally turn it over. Another goalie has it again, a missed pass that came up into the goalie stick, and they'll clear it.
That's Rylan Pickett. She moves that ball up.
Goes wide.
Kind of a wild pass down there on defense.
And Eloise is number 9
Valley.
takes it.
She picks it up for the Cougars, and they look to clear. Now, in women's lacrosse, is there a time limit for them to bring that over?
In D1 rules, there is a shot clock of 90 seconds, but the club teams don't play with that shot clock. They actually have a slightly different set of rules than the rest of the NCAA, which can be a little difficult to keep track of which apply where. The referee on the field, the head referee told me that as she switches between different D1, D2, and club, you have to keep them all straight. So no shot clock requirement on the field today.
And again with a turnover.
We're going to have a turnover here on the Cougars. Looks like it was offsides on that. Too many Cougs on the offensive third of the field as the Thunderbirds clear up on the far side.
A bunch of 100-yard sprints.
Lydia Goss pushes that ball up, one of the captains here. So that ball ends up on the turf again, and
it will hold, so it's going to be
that'll be a hold. That'll continue to be Thunderbird possession. It's Olivia West with the ball.
And 20.
A quick little turnover.
24.
Yeah, that was quick defense by number 31 on the Cougars, Elise Cardall, knocking it down in the midfield.
Great check for the Thunderbirds.
That's Sydney Schultz.
As the ground balls we talked about, there really is, got to pick it up quick and maintain possession for your team.
As a coach, right, that's one of the first things you look at in the stats is where do you compare to the other team, in ground balls.
Well,
Are you winning that battle?
Sets things up.
Cougars have done very well tonight in that side of things.
Yep. Ground ball there by number 5, Tessa Fry.
Turns behind Cage again.
Number 15, Ann Howard with the ball.
Yeah, a lot of freshmen out there. You know, it's real interesting to watch as you observe when you get some of those younger players, which it is fantastic for a coach to get these gals that playing time and just experience out there. But you can kind of see the difference, right, of
Great ball
some of
movement
the
for
other
Cougs.
gals when they're out on the field.
Looks
Yeah, and
middle.
part of it is just
Pass goes wide.
outside of just development, just chemistry.
Chemistry.
Yep.
Yeah.
So your starters
It's
will
Sydney
be really
Schultz
familiar with how each
with the
other
ground
moves.
ball.
And as Nash switches up the lineup tonight, you're going to see some getting to know each other a little bit.
Driving
Wow,
shot, top
shot.
right,
Goodness.
top left corner,
Let's watch this one
top
again.
right corner.
That's Malia
Malia
Gunnell, number 20,
Number
a sophomore.
Boy, she just
It's
pins this.
right below the top crossbar of that goal.
Someone's a little excited to take the draw. We got a timeout for the Thunder.
SUU will take a, I'm sure, much needed timeout, give their players a second to recuperate.
Yeah, Cougars up big here in the second quarter. Will step aside as well here on the KSL Sports Rewind. Welcome back into Provo, Utah. Cougars 11, Thunderbird still yet to get on the board, and good timeout as you mentioned for the Thunderbirds. They've got 14 players out there. Much probably needed rest for these gals.
Yeah, they're playing with energy tonight. They're not letting up in the midfield. They're playing aggressively on defense.
London Giles.
Yeah, SUU team is showing up today.
She got the height. Versus another 7.
Talked about London Giles and her height. She played beach volleyball. She's going to take the draw
Girl.
for the Cougars. That's, I believe, number 17, Riley Pickett for the Thunderbird.
The BYU bench is one of the most vocal I've heard in games. They keep the energy high.
And they're quite humorous. We're real close to the pitch, and some of the comments put a smile here on their face. As the Cougars win. It's Elise Sparrow with the draw win.
Osterloh. How many times can I say her name
Giles
today?
up on the top
Somebody
side.
count.
Osterloh into the game, still trying to get her first goal. So they work that ball around here to the near side. Down at the bottom to Whitney Holt.
Yeah, they'll use this opportunity to refine on offense too. Maybe practice some new plays they've been working
New
out.
faces on offense down there. 33
Great
and
turnover.
17.
Great pickup.
Thunderbirds taken
That's
away.
Hartley
But not
Kerrigan
around.
for the Thunderbird, and that ball's taken right back. That's Ella Engstrom, the freshman, out there on the field for the Cougs.
You could see Hardly's shoulders drop. He worked so hard to get that ball. You hate to see it turn over again to the other team.
Nice shots. White goes wide. That looks like
Another save by goalie Sadie Goebel. She knocked it out to the side of her her goal, and it went out behind the goal.
a nice cut in the middle. Holt
Great cut
can
by
handle that pass. That ball comes here to the near side. We've got a scrum down here in the corner. Thunderbird has possession, but boy, she is close to that end
3 on
line.
1,
The
the
Cougars
triple team
swarming.
plus that sideline.
Leave it to the goalie, Sadie, to come up with that
Sadie
ball.
Gobble taking
Great
it away
clear
and
out to
down the
number
midfield
12,
for
Ari
Thunderbirds.
Sanders. She'll carry it down the field.
Oh, beautiful pass. It's the right pass. Just better placement to Hallie Christensen.
Got wheeled.
She comes up on the right side.
I think we got
She
three.
brings it back.
And oh, 2.
Yeah, you have to be careful when you're the defender clearing that ball, especially when you approach the restraining, because if you go over and your offense doesn't realize, then you'll get an offsides call and lose possession.
Cougars pushes that ball up to Giles up here on the top.
Giles looking
She
to drive.
dodges. Patiently, she pushes that to the backside. This is
Ball
Holt.
stays behind cage with Holt.
Abby Dane with a pass over to number 33, Emily Osterloh.
We've got a hold. It's going to be a
That's-
turnover.
So
It's going to be on the
hold.
backside. Yeah,
Yep.
that's going to be a turnover. That'll be
Southern
Thunderbird
Utah.
possession.
Yeah, a hold on the Cougars. So she'll start at the top of the 12.
Great.
Looks to clean up a great defense.
Yeah, Lizzie Van Valkenburg played tight and didn't let them transition that upfield. Ball's with Ella Ingstrom, number 8. She's typically a defender, so she's getting a little bit of time on the other side of the field today.
Another great punt by Emily Osterloh.
Missed through the middle.
Thunderbirds
Picked up by Sadie. She's going to clear that ball. Oh, right into the stick.
And great
Of a
interception.
Cougar. That's number 31, Elise Cardo.
Cardo.
As they push.
Yeah, she was ready at that restraining. Wow.
There it is. Emily Osterloh.
Lowe gets her senior team shot.
Go back to her safe space.
You know, those seniors spend a lot of time creating all the effort that it takes to put points on the board. So pretty cool to get to have the opportunity to do the other side of the job.
Boy, that's a great memory there for the senior Emily Osterloh at a Brighton High School. Boy, you heard the sideline over here just cheer
They erupted
for that. Looks like we're gonna have a goalie change here.
That's right. Let's see. Marcella Woolley, a freshman out of Park City, is going to substitute in for goalie for the Cougars.
And back on the draw, we have 17 for Thunderbirds. And number 10.
Kate Johnson, seniors lined up to take the draw for the Cougs against. It's hard to see their numbers from the side angle.
From this angle, it is a little tough. It's so interesting that different players that take that draw, their positioning. Sometimes they're screwed up, sometimes they're to the side.
That's right. Yeah, they have a variety of options. It was number 17, Rylan Pickett, on the draw there for SUU.
Oh, nice find in the middle. Kate Johnson, the senior, gets a goal.
That's her second goal of the day. That's right.
Nelson.
Really nice assist there from Hannah Nelson, number 32, from the top of the 12, right into the middle. Quick turn and puts it in the back of the net.
And big shout out to Kate Johnson. That was a left-handed shot as well.
Bonus points for a lefty.
Absolutely. Increases the difficulty.
Yeah, your handedness, of course, can make a big difference. And the more ambidextrous you can get in lacrosse, the better. Gives you a lot more opportunity and, throws off the goalie, throws off the defender. It's really essential for those young players listening, develop those left hand or right hand, your non-dominant skills. Good example there from our super senior Kate Johnson.
And Kate picks that ball up, pushes it out to the left side, moves that ball forward. Looked like that was Hannah Nelson. She pushes down. Whitney holds as she pushes that ball out. As the Cougs are being real patient on offense. We'll have a running clock, as you mentioned before,
yes,
right?
That's
with the
right.
10-goal lead.
Yeah, the Cougars are up by more than 10 goals. So in club rules, that'll have a running clock. And they're, I think, I see a 12 or 13-0 here. We'll double check that score. It's 13-0. Again, a lot of patience here on offense.
Nice defensive stick. That's Kendall Pugh for that.
Thunderbirds.
Southern Utah under pressure.
And that brings us to the end of the first half.
Boy, first and second quarter, it really was the defense. We see the points on the offensive side, but boy, the defense did not let up for the BYU Cougars. That will end it here for first half action here in Provo, Utah. We'll be back here for second half action here on KSL Sports Rewind. Women's lacrosse. We've got a big lead over the Southern Utah Thunderbirds, 13-0. And for us, that was a great half. I know for the viewers, you're probably like, man, that was a long halftime. But boy, They celebrated the seniors during halftime.
That's
and
right.
From our view here, boy, there was a lot of smiles.
A lot of love for these seniors. On both sides of the field, they also recognized Rylan Pickett, number 17, SUU's only senior. And then the six or seven seniors at BYU who are graduating this year.
Number 24, Olivia
We'll be
Cannon,
back
and
at the
number
draw.
19,
Olivia Cannon for the Cougars
Marley Rodney.
and Rodney for the Thunderbirds.
I'm interested to see the adjustments both teams make this second half. SUU, again, a developing team. There's a lot to learn here. Playing a kind of more established program like the Cougars.
The Cougars start out with their starting lineup out on the field. They'll probably get, I would imagine, a few runs right and then get some of the other players some great opportunity to just kind of get that playing experience at this level.
Yep. So they're going to work their offense. They're going to, again, build that chemistry, make sure they're making the connections, testing out any of the new plays they've been working. And then I think you're right. We'll probably see a lot of bench play tonight and great opportunities for some of the younger players and seniors to be able to be on the field.
Kate Johnson takes a shot, hits off the pipe on the right side.
Yeah, I think Sadie Gogol did get a stick on that one. The number 36, the SUU goalie. She's really kept them afloat this game in a lot of ways. Really,
I'm telling you what, the score would be a lot different without her in that cage.
That's right.
Be a free position shot. Looks like Cannon will take it right at the top.
You're going to pull it out.
Likely a 3 seconds call because it went to the non-ball carrying player.
Explain the 3-second call.
Yeah, so defense has to be within a stick's length of an offensive player while they're within the 12-meter. Otherwise, they're called for 3 seconds. Very similar to the basketball key. And those 3 seconds played do result in a free position shot. So it's really something defense has to be very aware and careful of.
Yeah, we saw last game against Utah State. The Cougars were playing, and boy, 3/4 of all their goals came from those free position shots. It just creates such an advantage.
Yeah, that's right. You have to practice them. They're a very different kind of shot than a shot where you're in motion. So another thing that coaches will spend a lot of time on in practice, both defending against a free position and, of course, the offense practicing taking
number 7.
That's Hallie Christensen.
Yeah, Hallie used her long arms to grab that ball across the restraining line. They're allowed to do that. They have to keep their feet behind the restraining line, but they are allowed to extend their sticks across and grab the ball if that opportunity comes to them.
Yeah, great high lacrosse IQ for Christensen.
We call it go-go gadget arms when you use your stick to extend and create opportunities for yourself that your normal arms otherwise could not.
Yeah. It's the Cougs. They push this ball around, patiently looking. We've got some cutters cutting through. That's Lizzie as Kate Johnson pushes that ball below X. Larkins, one of the seniors, honored at halftime.
Who's looking to set something up?
Boy, this turned out to be just a great Saturday night. The sun came out here right before half. Beautiful pass from Whitney Holtz.
Yeah, that was a triple connection. It went from Maddie Larkins at the top of the 12, behind the goal to Whitney, and then straight into the middle to finish that play. It's a really nice job. Again, the starting offense back in the game for the second half, and they're going to be practicing really for their upcoming games and regionals as they try to get into the national tournament. Really in a refinement mode right now.
Still a lot to play for. As we get set for another draw, this will be Kate Johnson.
Number 10 and number 17.
And Rylan Pickett, the senior from SUU, will face her in the draw. You mentioned the draw position. They can take a lot of different positions. They can stand on either side of that line on the draw. So some girls prefer to push and some prefer to pull, whatever it takes to get the ball to their team.
But the rule is, right, that ball, the hands have to go up.
That's
the
right.
ball has to be released up or it's a violation.
It has to go over their heads in order to be a legal draw. There's also some other draw rules that have evolved over the years. One of those is that the players behind the restraining line have to wait until one of the teams has possession.
Beautiful shot. Great finish.
Shane down there. Goal for
That's number 23, Madeline Larkins.
number 22.
That's right. Nicely done by Maddie Larkins to get that in the back of the net.
Top cheddar.
The SUU team will regroup. It's a nice time to huddle after a goal. You have a few seconds to talk as a team and say, what adjustments do we want to make? What players are we missing? How do we extend our coverage and slide in the right times, crash at the right times to prevent that next shot?
Yeah, we call that on our team porch parties. Make sure you have a porch party. Celebrate your wins, right?
And number 17.
Make the adjustments.
That's right.
We just saw a big line change for the Cougars as we have a whole new offensive set of players. Back to the draw.
To see the players wait until possession is established, and now they can move across their restraining and support their teammates with the transition.
Great draw win by Gunnell. Pushes this down to Carly Farnsworth.
Yeah, another freshman. We also see Ann Howard on the field, another freshman on the team. This team is stacked with freshmen. I think 10, though 8 of those 10 have mission calls and will be leaving the team this year for an 18-month mission. It's an interesting dynamic with these mission calls and how they affect kind of the player chemistry and development on the team.
Well, I'm talking to Nash in the fall about that very thing. As we see, nice save by Sadie Goebel.
And a great save.
As they look to clear that ball. Talking to Nash in the fall. That really is one of the big dynamics that she has to prepare for her next season is those church missions.
But it also gives you more mature players as they return. So, there's pros and there's cons to that dynamic, and you just have to learn to work with the pros.
Thunderbird
retain
possession. It's number 22, Olivia West.
You see Ella Engstrom really pushing that defense quite outside the 12.
And you talked about the importance of that stick. You saw that stick was up, and just the reach that gives her of forcing a tougher pass
It's gonna be
here on the top side, and we've got a whistle.
Across the body?
Yeah, that's an across-the-body check. So that will be SUU's ball, and she'll have a pre-positioned shot. I believe that's number 30.
Trinity Marsh?
Trinity Marsh, number 30.
On the left side of the hash.
Marcella Woolley, freshman goalie, is in the crease tonight. Well, in the second half. Substituting for Anna Kreipel, who we usually see in the crease.
Oh, nice
save. Saves it.
For your goalie, Marcella Woolley. Number 00.
We have a dropped transition pass and then an empty check. So they'll just have a self-start. The Cougars will get that.
Yeah, for the
turnover.
Boys game versus the girls game, right? That's one of the big differences, those quick starts. But I love it. I love the pace that it brings to it and the quickness.
Yeah, and it takes a mature player to realize that that's their opportunity to kind of have a few step advantage. And we saw that from Abigail Hooper. Hallie Christensen, number 7, be quick to that, to take off and leave her defense in the dust.
We've got a
quick shoe tie break.
Southern Utah.
Just a little equipment maintenance, a shoe tie.
Shoe, always important.
Happens to the best of us.
That's right.
And she'll have possession. This SUU team was started by players, and they've really developed. This is their 4th season having an established team. Another ground ball situation here. It takes a lot of effort to get a program started. And, it's a good awareness for players around the state to know that SUU has a team. They're looking to build that program. That's their focus of this season, is really recruiting additional numbers and then just building their skill set and experience.
Boys, we see 4 Cougars covering on defense.
That's a one-on-one as number 23 drives to the goal. But really excellent defensive coverage. They can use their stick vertically or horizontally to really, again, extend their defensive blocking.
Who let the dog out?
You just can't extend. It's a difference from the boys' game there as well. You can't extend your arms when you're in that cross, when your stick is extended horizontally.
Yeah, great ground ball. They also push that ball in transition. Here comes the Cougs.
Cookie! I was wondering where Cookie came from.
That's Farnsworth.
Give me some cookies!
They're patient. Work that ball around.
Sometimes in practice, you'll have drills where, you have to have every player have a touch before you make a move. And it's to actually do just that. It's kind of like in a video game where you kind of charge up to have power. It's almost that same feeling as you pass the ball around the 12. It kind of creates energy.
Interception and knockdown by Hallie Christensen.
But then I believe she crossed the restraining line there and went offside.
Offsides, right?
That's correct. So it's a turnover on possession.
Boy, that's a lot to work with in the sense that she's looking about speed. Is it the responsibility of Hallie Christensen or another player to keep them offsides?
Both. I mean, the offense should be aware that she has the ball and that she may want to have that space to play and move across their restraining. Ideally, someone would jump across the line and give her that, but they're not always in position to do that. And so Hallie, has to have quick awareness as she transitions to know the numbers on both sides of the restraining.
Cougars push that below GLE. They set up.
Got some new faces on.
Like they're 0 set. They're cutter in the middle. Nice shot. Backside. That's Taya Chalk.
Yeah, Taya placed that ball in a beautiful spot on the left side of the goal, just right next to that orange bar. It's on the goalie's hip, another really difficult spot to guard against as a goalie. Very well placed shot by number 27.
New face on the draw control tonight.
Boy, I always watch
number 19
as a team gets ahead over the other one in big leads, and they pull out and they put in some of the younger players on it. I always watch the sideline, right? Of how does the older, the seniors, the varsity, whatever you want to call it, how do they react to those younger ones out on the field? Do they have the support on it? And you can hear, the Cougs are right next to us, and they have been nonstop for all 3 quarters.
That's right. And their bench is one of their advantages as an established program. As we said, SUU has 2 subs available to them. So big difference for the Cougars to have that.
Yeah, and I talked maybe before the game, talking to Coach Johnson, I thanked her for all the effort and dedication as we got a shot on, another save by Woolley. We talked to the coach and just said, you know what, keep the program going. As we've seen the boys' side of things in the state of Utah grow, the girls now are in that fast process, and they're going to need a lot of opportunities to go play at that next level.
That's right. And the Cougars were once in that position. I was on the team when it was a club sport, and it takes a lot of effort for the fundraising side of things, for just equipment, facilities. All of those things make a big impact in terms of that team's ability to perform when they do get on the field.
We've got another turnover here on the Thunderbirds. Cougs push in transition. Celeste Cardle.
Yep.
She takes it to X.
That's right. She ran that all the way down the field. She's got wheels. You want to see a healthy mix of transitions that that use passing
She's looking
as
to
well
get a
as
defensive
running.
goal
They're
on
both
today's
great
stats.
options. You don't want
I
to
see
have
Jessica
only one
Watt.
of those options available to your team. So Elise practicing her run there. She takes it down to the offensive side of the field.
Nice cut, nice handle, nice rollback. Oh, nice save again by Sadie.
Great save again by
Sadie
Sadie
Goebel.
Goebel.
She grabbed that between her legs, an easy one to miss, and she was quick,
clear out for the
very
Thunderbirds.
agile on that save.
And Whitney Holt.
Ball's on the ground on the Cougar side of the field. A little bit of panic as they pick up that ball, and it's intercepted by number 30, Trinity Marsh on SUU.
Defensive play by the Thunderbirds. She takes that ball down to X.
Yeah, Trinity will go behind the goal, but the pressure of the defense stays on there. She's looking for an outlet.
Takes a shot, and
just as we ran out of the quarter.
We hear the third quarter horn, and that will do it for 3 quarters. Cougars up big. We'll be back for fourth quarter action. Sports Rewind broadcast.
We're back for the final quarter.
Yeah, that third quarter bell kind of ended SUU's momentum they had on offense there for a moment. So we'll start with a draw, which is a change from other college settings. Sometimes you'll just have possession, but we start with a draw in every quarter.
Fourth quarter action. Cougs are up big here, right? What's your thoughts? How do both teams react to this?
Yeah, I think right now, both teams are in the mindset of just using this as an opportunity to learn and grow. So you have a lot of bench players from BYU on the field, and then SUU just developing their skill set as a young program and getting this chance to play against a really competitive team tonight.
Got a draw. We've got a scrum. Kate Johnson picks up that ball, moves it up on the far side for the Cougars. She's played well tonight.
Yeah, the offense will move it around the 12 here, supercharge their offense, and then just be patiently waiting for really great opportunities.
Out there on the field, we see Berkeley Royce, the sophomore for the Cougars. Nice cut. Nice defense by the Thunderbirds. Go back to those ground balls and the fundamentals. This is where it pays off.
That's right, number 13.
That's Brooklyn Suttlemeyer.
She came up with that ground ball, kept the possession for the Cougars. Another ball down. So, again, refinement, making sure that they go back to those fundamentals. They're passing and catching.
Look middle.
Oh, nice handle.
That's a great assist or potential assist by Jessica Law, looking to the middle, but making that choice to pull it out again and circle the 12. A nice face dodge there by number 14, Berkeley Royce. You can use a lot in your body and your stick to confuse the defense, or sometimes draw shooting space. That's a common strategy, is to pump fake a shot in case the referees notice that defender's a little further than they should be, and that will draw a free possession shot.
The Cougars look to pass that ball in a little.
Yeah, sometimes you just get in the cross path of the goalie. She gets that interception technically, and turnover in the midfield there.
Yeah, gets that ball back, and that ball's going to be turned right back over to the Thunderbirds.
It's going to be another turnover Thunderbird ball.
Thunderbirds will have it behind the crease, so they've got a long distance to go towards their goal. Let's see, how they choose to transition this ball in the midfield. We've had a lot of interceptions tonight, so they might go with an approach to maybe carry that ball instead.
Cougar ball.
Yeah, great defense by Brooklyn.
A lot of pressure on that line. They didn't have a chance to transition yet.
And I really like even the young players coming out, and they continue to play as hard as what the starters did out there, and kind of keep that culture of kind of who BYU is on their defensive side of things.
Yep. And there's so much energy from a bench player because they get their chance. They spend a lot of their time cheering on their teammate, watching, learning. And so when they have minutes on the field, they're going to take every advantage of the time that they have.
Got a shooting space.
We've got a
Excuse me,
shooting
Kate
space.
Johnson's ball.
Yeah,
Call here.
Kate did that pump fake, drew the shooting
12.
space.
And she'll be right at the top. As you mentioned earlier, right, there's a lot of different things that they can do from that. Carry the ball in, shoot
Another
just
goal
like
for the
Johnson
Cougs.
just did. They can shoot from
For
the
Kate Johnson.
outside.
That's right. And sometimes you'll have a wide open player just sitting off
That's her
the crease,
third day
and it might be a
hat-trick.
great opportunity to actually pass the ball off to that player, and then they have a more wide open shot than from the free position. So lots of strategy again with the free position shots. It's something they'll practice daily to make sure that they're ready when their opportunity comes up.
We've got a whole nother hockey line change for Nash here on the sideline. She
Back on the
is
draw.
getting
We got
a
a
lot
new
of her
face.
players a
Abby
lot of
Dane trying it
opportunity out there to get some.
And
Playing
number
time?
19 for Southern
I will
Utah.
comment on Southern Utah. They have not stopped for 4 quarters playing hard.
That's right. And these players are out there the whole time, every minute, and often playing
Ball control for
back
Olivia
and forth.
Cannon.
Every time there's a change in possession, they're sprinting the length of this field. They're doing a great job staying positive, really showing up tonight and making this still a competitive play.
Cougs patient on offense. That ball around.
Who's
Cuts
looking to
to
drive?
rolls back.
Nice defense there by number 7 on SUU, Mal Johnson, using her stick as an extension of her body to really control the movement of that offensive player and draw them to where she wanted them to go, which was not in the critical scoring area.
Oh, nice draw. That's going to be a whistle.
Got a yellow card on the play.
Yeah, we have a yellow card on number 17, Rylan Pickett.
Number
SUU
17
Soul
on
Senior.
Thunderbirds for a check to the
It
head.
was a check to the head.
It's going to be
So she'll
number
spend 2 minutes in the
15
box
with the free
on a
position.
releasable card there. So if
17's
BYU
gonna sit for
scores
2
here,
minutes.
she would be released from the box.
This is Annie Howard.
Yeah, Ann
Top of the-
Howard taking the free position shot for the Cougars from the very center hash.
She goes punching
And a
into the
goal.
left side. Beautiful finish.
By freshman Ann Howard.
Ann Howard's
Freshman
hyped.
gets on the board.
Yeah,
That's always a
Love when
great
a
thing.
freshman gets
That's
on
her
the board.
first goal.
First goal
That's
of
her
the
first college goal.
first collegiate goal.
First college goal. That's
You
big.
see it there on the replay. You see her excitement
Go
jumping up and
Aces.
down.
Jazzed. That's going to be the kind of memory she'll talk about on senior night. That first collegiate goal just means everything for an attack player. And her bench is just as excited, jumping up and down for her as well.
And that was a releasable penalty, correct?
That was
That's
a
correct.
releasable
So,
penalty.
be
So
full strength.
SUU is
We are
full
back to
strength
full
again,
strength for
yep.
both teams.
Yeah, it's been an interesting change in dynamic in the women's lacrosse game the last few years to have these power plays.
Another
There are
drop
a lot
for
more
Abby
cards
Dane.
than there ever have been. These green cards,
Looking to move to
yellow
midfield.
cards. It changes the strategy. You'd spend a lot more time practicing those man down situations, sometimes multiple men down or women down in this
And
case.
the control for Olivia Cannon.
And we see that in all levels of women's lacrosse, that those rule change. I was watching Syracuse and
Great
Virginia
ball.
Tech the other day, and there was question on some of the new changes. The coach from Syracuse actually had printed out all the rules and had all the officials together just to clarify and make sure that he understood everything.
Number 28, Hannah Bangeter. Behind
It's a
Kate.
developing sport still. I mean,
Looking
Oh,
to-
nice wrap. Nice
great
stop.
save. But you'll see rule changes come out every year. Some rules are more major rule changes, which is the case this year. But it's kind of a continually evolving sport.
These have been great
Those
in the
changes
midfield
are
today.
for probably a couple things. First, safety.
Yeah.
Right? Also,
On the
the
field,
speed of the
Speed
game
of
as
play.
well.
Yeah, they're usually trying to make rule changes that will increase the speed of play, keep the flow of the game, and then also
Great
just
run,
keep those
Abby
players
Dane
safe.
Taking it down to offense.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a great check in the midfield by number 14 on SUU, Kendall Pugh. She saw the opportunity. The BYU Cougars picked it back up, but great offensive or defensive awareness in the midfield.
that's Hannah Bangeter. trying to drive.
Sydney Schultz with the
Quickly
barrel
pushes
up
it back out. Schultz pushes it over here to the near side. That's Olivia Cannon.
Yeah, you see Cannon there using her left hand well to give herself
nice
options.
shot, nice finish.
Excellent shot.
Number 24, Olivia Cannon.
Take another look at this on replay.
Yeah, and Olivia Canyon was a
Assisted
major
by
part of
Julia and Carly
last
Farnsworth.
game's win against Utah State. She
Looks
scored
like the
several
Gold
goals
Coast
there.
here in Utah.
Here she hit the
Possibly
bottom left
former
corner of the
teammates.
net for a just excellent shot.
We got a completely
She
new
lives
shot
up to
in the
her
middle,
last name, doesn't
midfield.
she?
Yes, absolutely.
She has a powerful shot, really hard to defend.
And some Coug Thunderbird love.
Just a freshman.
Number 17, London Giles
That'll be Rodney
on the draw with number
for
19.
the Thunderbirds and Giles for the Cougars out there on our
Marlon
next
Rodney.
draw.
Yeah, sometimes you'll switch up which player takes the draw just to try to, again, get possession for your team. But sometimes just a different style of draw, draw player will give you the advantage that you need to get that ball.
And we see two players from each team on the outer circle. Is
Number
there
19 with the draw
strategies
control,
that you
Catherine
use on that
Carpenter.
draw with your
Yeah.
players coming from the outside?
Absolutely. Some players are really good at directing their draw to a certain player, and they'll use that to their advantage. They'll kind of have a plan in place, like I'm
Yeah,
putting the
crease
draw to you,
violation.
or to themselves. So it just depends on
Goal
on
circle.
who's taking that draw. SU will get a chance to clear it out here to the midfield, and a turnover to the Cougars.
Right in the middle. That's
Back
number
on offense
19,
for the Cougs.
Carpenter.
They look to drive and
Shot
goal.
score.
Number 16, Sydney Schultz.
That was Sydney Schultz, another freshman.
At a Pleasant
Goals
Grove.
today.
So we've got a lot of senior goals today and a lot of freshman goals today, which really is the story of this BYU women's lacrosse team. There's certainly some strong sophomores, juniors in the mix, but a lot of seniors, a lot of freshmen, and that's where many of their bench comes from those two classes. I'm sorry, many of their starters are heavily weighted for seniors and freshmen.
So we get ready for our next draw.
SUU comes up with that.
The draw control.
This is Rodney.
Number 9.
Great defense by the Cougars.
The SUU wants it back, so Hoop gets checked as well.
Possession.
Great pickup by Abby.
This is it over.
As she'll
19.
return next year
Captain
to
Carpenter.
the team, but
Looks
also
middle.
Yeah,
returns to
Abby's
student body president.
that's right. She just was elected as
Defensive
BYU
shot.
student body president. A lot of
By
weight to carry on
London
those
Giles to
shoulders
wide.
from a responsibility perspective. We'll see how she handles it, but really glad to see Abigail Hooper returning next season to the
She's
Cougar
got a lot of
lacrosse
great
team.
teammates to help her out there.
That's right.
Got a timeout.
At senior night tonight,
For the
as we
Cougs.
go to a timeout for the Cougars, it was really fun to
nice
hear the
for the next
comments
play.
from the seniors on their experiences. And they talked about how playing college lacrosse really gives you this sisterhood of 30 women that support you through that college experience, whether it's finals or, dating or whatever, as they're making decisions about careers. They have just this wide support network from their teammates. And you see SUU with the same development as they're building up a team and trying to generate an environment there in Cedar City for players to have that same opportunity.
Been real impressed with the Thunderbirds throughout all 4 quarters of play today. Their fight, their grit, their passion. You don't see a lot of the, sticks or the shoulders dropping out there. They fought all 4 quarters. As we have a timeout, we'll step aside as well. Come back for 4th quarter action here on KSL Sports Rewind. Welcome back from the timeout. Brad Searle, Christine Franson on the call
Back from
here
that
on the KSLSports.com.
quarter.
Cougars up big, and we mentioned what Senior night tonight, special night
Back
for the
on the-
BYU Cougars.
It's a special night. We saw a fun goal
Maybe
earlier in the
Nelson,
game
number
from
32,
senior
take the
Emily
ball.
Osterloh. She's a senior defender. She's their most consistent transition pass. So she spends a lot of time making sure that ball goes from the goalie stick and gets up the field to offense. Tonight she got the opportunity to score, which was an exciting moment.
Oh, for everybody here. That bench went wild when she put that in the back of the net. Tessa Fry back into the game for the Cougars as they work that ball around.
Yeah, they're just poking holes, right? Creating opportunities, passing the ball around, and then doing those little drives or the quick passes to see where the holes are and where they might penetrate and get the ball where they want it to be in the back of the net.
As you mentioned, no shot clock.
Looks like we got
Cougars can be as patient as they want.
That's right.
super senior play.
As the announcer just called out, we have all seniors out there on the offensive side of the field.
The bench is chanting, "We love seniors." They've been, again, the bench is a critical part of this BYU team's strategy. I feel they really put a lot of energy into their cheers, making sure their team out feels supported.
And feed, and she takes it behind. Maddie Larkins, number 23.
I will say that is great respect for the game of lacrosse.
Brings
What
it down
just happened
behind
right
Kate.
there. She had an opportunity to score. There's no reason to push this score up anymore. And, you know, big shout out to all the
Cougars look
Cougars
middle
for the
and
respect
bring it out.
and the great love that they have for the game of lacrosse.
Yeah, and the respect for
ball
their
movement
teammates
for
on
the
their opponents on the other side of the field. They know what it's
Great
like.
drive. It
Is
looks like
that
the Cougars
they're
just-
aware of the alumni who have gone through on their side, the kind of building up of the program, and they're aware of their privilege to have trainers and facilities and things like that that really allow them to perform on the field.
It's Whitney back on the backside.
They're going to work a stack here, and a play that they can. Let's see. Yep, and they're deciding kind of whether to use the options that come off of that stack at the top of the 12.
Using those scissor
Ooh, got
cuts
an
up there
offensive
on
foul.
the top. That'll be a turnover.
Charge. I'm not sure what
There's
that
a
on the
is.
offensive
charge
side.
on the
Thunderbirds
BYU, so the referees
block.
deemed that a kind of an unnecessary
There was a
roughness
legal
or.
pick on the play.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was an illegal pick, thanks to our co-commentators here on the field. They sometimes can spot what we
You know,
don't.
Back to the Cougs.
Well, the official come walking up on our side and kind of explain that
Yep.
to everybody over here.
Yeah, an illegal pick would be, you have to keep yourself stable. You also have to have your stick kind of out of the way of injuring anybody as you use your body for a pick. So
Cougs with the movement.
they're just using this chance to really build chemistry, practice their connections, and really refine their offense.
So we'll see here for the last part of this fourth quarter, BYU just respectfully moving that ball around.
Yep. And it's a running clock here. They've got about a minute left in the game. And they'll use that to just practice their offense.
Big shout out for number 36, Sadie Goebel from Southern Utah Thunderbirds.
back
She's
up
been in the
top.
cage all night, and she has played fantastic.
Yeah, their coach also said she's really the director of the defense.
Maintain
She
possession.
brings energy to the game. She's really good communicator, which is just absolutely essential. And the goalie can make a massive difference in terms of directing where the players need to slide to.
For Whitney Holt.
Whitney Holt buries it in the bottom left corner.
Another senior
Yeah,
ball.
she's going out on a senior high here. She's had several
That's
goals
really
tonight, and she took that
Hat trick.
opportunity and she has a hat trick, 3 goals tonight, and put it in the back of the net. Just a low shot there, difficult for the goalie to save. But yeah, she's been absolutely stellar tonight. Sadie Goebel, definitely a strong part of this SUU team.
And when you look over on the sideline, they've got 2 subs for Southern Utah. So once again, big shout out to the Thunderbirds for a great contest.
Cougars.
And for the BYU Cougars, Christine,
with 21.
Give us your assessment of today's game.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, real focus on the seniors. A lot of change up in positions as they gave the seniors opportunities to really go out strong in their last game at home. And then we see SUU just really pushing it the whole game, playing hard, making sure they created opportunities wherever they could with really strong checks in the midfield, turnovers wherever they could create them, and then massive saves by number 36, Sadie Goebel. So great game tonight.
Great game. Great game by both sides. Shout out to all our fans. Great group here for
strong
supporting the
turnout
seniors and the Cougars tonight. Beautiful setting for Vince Francis. Way up high on the camera, Christine Franson. I'm Brad Searle. Thank you for joining us here on KSL Sports Rewind.